Hello guys, it's Chuck, Outside Screwball, and as you notice we've got a new title today. The programming director pulled the plug on Tuesday's Tits. I had my fun with it, got in a screwy mood one day and came up with that acronym and that title, but it seems to have run its course. There's been guys that have enjoyed it, liked it, and there's been people that don't like it. And like I said, it was in a screwy mood and went for it, and the programming director said, yank, no different than watching one of your favorite TV programs. So, still going to try to go every Tuesday, and I think we're going to use the title SCREWY TUESDAY Tools in the Shop. We'll go with that for a bit and see how that works. Again, pretty much the same format. Going to drop the scale holders. The only scale holders we'll have in the future are live scale holders. Yeah, let's hope we have some live scale holders in here. That'll be a Screwy Tuesday. What was the other thing I was thinking about? We're going to still stay with some jokes. I can't help myself. And we're going to continue on with cooking. I got lots to share there, and it seems like some of the guys enjoy that also. Speaking of being screwy today, I'll be back. I got something for you here. We're going to pause. There went my light again. Okay, we're back. So let's have a joke. So there was this guy that had to cross the desert, and it was an emergency. He had to get across the desert as fast as possible. So he went down to the camel dealer there, and he says, "Hey buddy," he says, "I got to get across this desert." And the guy says, "Well, that's going to be a 2.5 day trek." And the guy goes, "No," he goes, I got to go quicker than that. He goes, "No," he goes, "Here's my camels." He says, "They're $1,000 a day. And it's going to be a 2.5 day trip, and you'll see my brother-in-law at the other side when you get over there to give him the camel." And the guy says, "Wow," he says, I gotta make it faster." He goes, "Is there anything you can do? Maybe I should take 2 camels and leave one halfway." And the guy says, "Well," he says, there is another choice." And he goes, "What do you mean there's another choice?" He goes, "Well, I do have this other camel." He goes, "It's only $100 a day, but it's the fastest camel there is. And he'll get you there in 1 day and possibly under a day." The guy goes, wait a minute. What the? I can get there quicker and it's only $100 versus $1,000? What are you telling me? What's going on here?" The guy says, "Well," he goes, "this camel's a little peculiar." He says, "This camel will run like the wind for 50 miles. And at the end of 50 miles, you're going to have to stop, and you're going to have to service that camel. He's going to want a servicing." And the guy says, "What?" And he goes, "I'm telling you, this camel's the fastest thing there is. You just got to perform that service." And the guy says, "I got to make it. I don't care. I'll take care of this camel." Oh, there goes my lights. I got to take care of this camel, whatever it takes. Gives him $100, and says, "I'll see your brother-in-law on the other side of this desert." He hops on that camel, gives it a kick, and man, off it's like a thoroughbred running. The guy couldn't believe it. Running around 50 miles, that camel stops. Camel turns around and looks at him. The guy looks down at the camel, goes like that. Camel nods his head, jumps down, takes care of the camel, hops back on, gives it a kick, boom, off running again. Another 50 miles, camel just seizes up, turns around and looks at him. Guy goes like that. Camel nods his head. Boom, they're off running again. This goes on, 50 miles, 50 miles, 50 miles. All of a sudden, camel stops again. Camel looks back at the guy. Guy looks down at the camel, goes like that. Camel shakes his head. I hope you enjoyed. Well, as you can see, the truck is not on the rack. Shop's a little bit of a mess still. but there it sits outside, and you can see I got some paper underneath it there. It went for about a half an hour drive last night on the freeway around town, and gonna check to see if we got any leaks, which I have to tell you, we don't. I put the little paper underneath there for overnight, and not a drip on it, so the repair is complete, and I hope it's a long-lasting repair. Time will tell. But we got some stories to talk about on the repair of this vehicle. Well, I just showed you that there was no leak under the truck after the road test, and I'll get some more road testing. But my last video I said had no leaks, but the sumbitch wouldn't start. Well, this was the problem with it starting. This is the neutral safety switch that's bolted onto the side of the transmission. And when I went to take it apart, there is two plug-ins there. Let's see, looks like there's about 8, 9, about 10, 11 contacts that are in there. Well, as I tried to, there's a simple little lock. You pull the lock and then you lift the tab and you pull the umbilical out of the socket. Well, I couldn't get the umbilicals out of the socket. I fought. I ended up with channel locks, and finally actually cracked the housing when the umbilical released. Subsequent to my troubles, I was watching some YouTube videos in one of the tech schools working on these transmissions. This is a 4160 overdrive transmission. The comment was, if you're going to service one of these transmissions, do not try to unplug the umbilicals. You'll break it. Well, I watched that after I broke it. Interesting enough, and it must be from the factory, the umbilical males that I had pulled out had epoxy on them. So I think the factory actually, when they do install it, puts a light coat of epoxy to assure that there's no disconnect. So to diagnose this, though, on the problem, as I said, I had no start, no crank, no start. So I went and jumped my starter. That's a typical Chevrolet thing you can do, and the starter would, of course, work, but on switching the key, the purple wire, which is the hot wire to the starter, was not getting any juice. I was lost, and so I went down to a shop that works on our cars. He's been doing it for years for us, jobs that I don't want to do or I can't do. Felix Auto in Mountain View, and I highly recommend him. Well, I went down and saw Pete. He's kind of a buddy, and really appreciate it, and explained what was happening. And so he went into his computer programs where they have the service information, and he printed out a couple of diagnostics for me. Oh, there goes my automatic lights like usual. So he printed out a couple of diagnostics for me, and without a wiring diagram and without a diagnostics, there's no way to figure out what the electrical problem was. And so started at the starter, worked back through the safety switch, and it showed me that the problem was in front of the safety switch, and turned out and ended up I had a 40 amp blown fuse in the fuse panel. And I think when I disconnected this unit from the vehicle, the power was disconnected, so it didn't short there. When I plugged everything back in, the vehicle was disconnected originally, and of course it wouldn't have short there. There was no power, and then once I connected power, I popped the fuse, and I didn't know that. So that was the culprit. I'm actually going to do a side video for anybody that's going to service their 4160 for a comment on it, so they don't do what I did, and also give out the diagnostic information, I think, which will really be helpful. So anyway, that's the saga of the truck repair. As I said, it's back, excuse me, back running, and I hope it's a long-lived repair. I'm going to show you a tool that helped me with the diagnostics, and I'll bring you back for that. Well, excuse me, to show you the diagnostic tools that I use. One, there's your standard 12-volt probe. This is a snap-on, connected to the ground. Penetrate the wire with the point, and the handle will light up to show you that you have 12 volts. It's a great tool. I've had this for 30 years or so. I've had to replace the electrical lead on it. And of course you have your volt ohm meter. That's standard for continuity or for voltage. Using that also. But this is a tool that I purchased some time ago. It's called the power probe, and I haven't put it back away yet, but it comes with a power supply, so you connect to your battery. It has you can go into the cigarette lighter, or you can use the alligators and go to the battery. And what happens when you do this, when you connect on, you power up this unit. It has lights, and this head carries 12 volts of power. And you can either, by pressing this button, you can either apply power or ground. Either way. There's an auxiliary grounding strap right here. It does continuity. It does 12 to 24 volts. So you can apply power and light up a circuit to check it. This I bought the whole kit, so it comes with a tracing. So if you needed to trace a short, it comes with plug-ins that go into light sockets, so you can power up light socket setups. What I was really using this one for is rather than using the 12 volt meter to check a wire, this one here, as you can see, it'll grab on a wire, and as you close it down, I don't know if it'll come there, but a small probe, as you screw this down, a small probe actually penetrates the wire, and it hangs. You can let it hang there on the wire, and it plugs into the unit and reads the voltage. So this came in handy. I bought it a few years ago, and it's been a nice tool. Not the cheapest 12 volt diagnostic tool to have, but it's certainly a very useful and well powered. Beyond my capabilities, to be honest, with some of the things it'll do. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you. Well, as you see, right here is a Milwaukee handheld bandsaw. It's the deep cut unit, and the reason I'm showing this is I did a build that held the saw in a vertical position, and posted it on YouTube, and then actually did a repost with dimensions and things to show how I built mine. And it's almost embarrassing. The one that I've done was a beta unit. It was just to try to set it up, and it's worked so good I've never touched it, never painted it, never done a damn thing with it other than use it. Well, I posted at a viewer request some information, and recently some viewers contacted me and wanted to purchase, if I would sell this little unit right here. And I had made a bunch of them when I originally did my my handle mock-up. This piece sits between the handle and the body, and then makes the saw detach without having to remove the original stock handle. A couple guys contacted me, and I sent them to them. My pleasure. I'm happy to share. One of the things I asked them was to please send me photos of their build. I get real enjoyment to see that something that I thought of and shared, and that's the whole purpose of my channel, is just sharing information that I learn, and along with me being screwy and having fun. And so I'm going to throw in the video here their builds. Both of them did just what I did. They built it out of scrap material that they had, and they both did very nice builds. I'm really happy with it. We're going to go into some photos there. The first copy of the bandsaw stand, the porta bandsaw stand, is done by Eddie Christie, and I just wanted to mention his name and a little shout out. He was kind. I didn't want anything for the little adapter, but he was kind enough to send me a couple, 3 things here. As you can see, there's an empty bag. He sent me some keychains that are hand forged that he does, and they're really cool. And Eddie, I really appreciate that. That was really nice of you. As I said, I didn't really want anything for it, but thank you for sending. And he also sent not an empty sandwich bag, but he sent some treats for Howie. And Howie I broke off a little one and gave him one little bite, and Howie looked at me and gave me a grin like, "Oh my God, what the heck did you just give me? That is something else." So I've talked to Eddie, and he told me where he got them over at Costco. They're a lamb treat, and Howie's looking to get this bag filled again. So I got to go to the store and get Howie taken care of. So Howie says woof to Eddie, and here's Eddie's build, and then the second one is done by Super Chrome. All right, back from the photos. Anywho, all I can really say to everybody out there, if you don't have one of these set up as a little vertical bandsaw, you're missing out. It's a great tool. I can't tell you how many times I use this tool compared to using the Powermatic down there. It's a great saw, the Powermatic. This, for small items, this blade costs $10. The blade on the Powermatic, 12.5-foot blade, that one costs $40 to $60. I'd rather douche a $10 blade on some items. So, anywho, get yourself one of these. There, you can find them. You can find them used. I found this one used, and you can see it looks like it's brand new, and I think I paid $100 for it. Anywho, that's it for the bandsaw. Well, guys, got to keep up with the Joneses, but so far I don't have a logo. Without a logo, I can't sell T-shirts. I can't sell hats. But I'm working on a logo, and with that, though, I've been starting to work on developing products that I can hawk here on my channel. So I'll show you a couple of the quick ones here. We're working on it. I got a buddy going to India next week, and he's going to work up the station over there for the 1-800 number, so they can take orders and start making some product over there. So one of the first items we're going to be able to market is diplomas, and your name here, and we can do custom text for you, and you can hang your shingles up on your shop wall, and hell, nobody reads these things. They're going to come in and see a diploma, see your name on it, and think you're something else. I got a few hanging in my shop, and they work well. So these will be available. Pricing is still to be worked out. One of the next items I got, I think this will be a shop favorite, Screwy juice. Special purpose juice for screwing, tapping, banging, relaxing tight holes on all materials. Now the cool thing about this, it's basically going to be a variety of brands. There'll be gin, vodka, tequila, and rum, all the favorite juices. And the cool thing is you can keep it on your shop shelf. It'll have all the safety instructions and everything on it. But when anybody comes into your shop and looks, they're going to think you got a can of some good tapping fluid there. But you and I both know we got some good juice when we need a little loosening up. Screwy juice will be available, and I think it'll be a great addition to the shop. Along with that, we're going to have Screwy Chews, and as you can see, it's a flavor-packed condom, and it's also chewing gum. So this way, guys, if you have this in your pocket, you go home, you don't get in trouble. You go, honey, it's gum. It's not a condom, it's gum. There, try it. Chew on it. It's really good. It's just a screwy package that the guy did. But you never know. You may need to protect something, and it'll be there, and it'll still be flavorful also. So Screwy Chews, they'll be coming. And we've been working on a lot of product here, and this is for all the guys that are out there that are just too damn good. Never hacked a thing in their life. Well, we're going to have Screwy Hack in the Box. So you can order a Screwy Hack in the Box, and you can keep this in your toolbox or in your cabinet or in your shelf. And one of your hack buddies like me comes by and starts talking about their hack story, and you know you've never hacked anything in your life, but you want to relate, well, you can go over and pick up your Hack in the Box and open it up and share your hack story with the hack that's in your shop. You can pull it out and you can show them all your hacked up items, and you can relate and have a buddy. Okay, Hack in the Box will be coming, and there could be special orders if there's special items you need in there. Okay, so I got to work on a logo, and we'll get the 800 number signed up, and we'll be taking orders. Back with you soon, guys. This screenshot is of a video I did back in September of 2013. It was back when I was doing PowerPoint rather than actual videos. And I built a tool for a friend, and at the time I wasn't allowed to disclose what the tool is used for. My friend Mario that designed the tool and used it is quite an inventive fella, and really smart, and a very good craftsman. He's a carpenter by trade. So the video is still up. It's not a great one, but it does run through me building. It was quite a build for myself, very extensive, way beyond my means at the time. Built tooling plates, and there's explanations there of what I did. But the build came out really good, and I was successful with the build, and the tool worked out great. And I'm going to just put some more photos up of it, and then show you the actual tool in use. It's worked out well for him, and he was thinking of marketing it, but it just hasn't gone anywhere in his own time. So I'll bring you back. Here are some photos of the finished tool that I built. As you can see, it has two fingers that penetrate through the plate, so that the plate can slide back and forth. When I did this, I didn't understand the concept of working from center and going out to each finger. So I started at one end of the plate, worked all the way across to create the slots for the fingers, and then did the same thing when I actually created the finger plate itself. It was a bit of a challenge, but it turned out well. And then setting up that large L bracket was also interesting. The bottom piece there that you can see slides back and forth, that's on the L, and that's actually to mount bearings on. So this tool, it's adjustable for use up and down, and the plate slides in and out. And what this tool does is it actually holds a standard sawzall. And the purpose of the tool was for cutting scrolls on beams. And by using the sawzall, it allowed to do the contour cuts. And by having the bearing holder on the bottom, similar to a bandsaw, it would keep the blade straight and not wander. So I'm going to show you a little beta video of the actual unit in use. I only have short footage that I did take with my camera. There is a couple of photos here coming up that show the sawzall mocked up in the unit. There it is, mocked up in my vise. Okay, and here comes the film. Hey guys, well, we're going to do another little cooking, well, a faux cooking, because I don't have this. I don't have the chicken. This is a chicken dish, and unfortunately, I don't have the chicken, and I'm missing one item also. But it's a real simple dish. You got to try it. You're just gonna. It's killer. I've been making this. Hell. As long as I was making it for myself when I was 16, 17 years old. Anyway, so I got a Pyrex dish here, 16 by 10. Typically here at home we eat chicken breasts. You want the meat, whatever chicken meat you use, you want it with the skin and bones. It's very important to the flavor of the whole dish. And it's just super simple. So you're going to wash your chicken, okay, and you're going to put it in the Pyrex. And then what you're going to do is take the, before you do that, you want to season the chicken with garlic salt and lemon pepper. Do both sides. That's kind of our typical go-to on almost all meats here. So after you do that, you put the chicken in the Pyrex here, and it could be, we like breasts, it could be anything, the wings, legs, thighs, anything you want. Then you want to take this real lemon constituted juice. Of course, you got to shake it up. You can see it down at the bottom there. You want to take that and Kiko teriyaki sauce, marinade, Kikoman. You want to go equal amounts. And in this dish here, I typically go 3/4 of a cup of each. Pour them both into the mixing there. Mix the fluid up. You pour it over the chicken, and then you want to hit the, we do this, and hopefully this will show up, and we're out of this. And my phone rings right on time here. Hopefully that'll show up, but Italian seasoning, we kind of dust that over the top of the chicken after you've poured on the marinade. You can do it either way. You put it in the oven, 400 degrees, for a little over 400, depends on your own oven, and you'll cook it. And halfway through the cooking process, you want to cook it with skin up first. Halfway through the cooking process, turn it over, finish the cooking process, and then turn it back over again so that the skin gets a brown. And typically we make rice with it. And the juice that's left over in here, The hotter you cook it, the more it reduces, the stronger the flavor. It's just killer. And if my sister used to make it, and her oven was, I think, hotter, and it would reduce enough to where you almost had a syrup, and it was really intense. But I tell you, this recipe is super quick. Takes a couple 3 minutes to put it together, other than washing the chicken. 45 minutes in the oven, and you got chicken that's just going to smell great and taste fantastic. Hope you guys try it. I think you're going to love it. When I was in college, there was a bunch of guys on the team, and you had to cook one night and clean one night. And my first time, I gave each guy a half a chicken and rice, and then you take the sauce and you dip your chicken in the leftover sauce. And these guys were drinking the sauce right out of like it was soup. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the recipe. Give me a comment if you try it. I'd love to hear feedback on it. And sorry I didn't cook it for you.